It's been a while.
Yeah.
I think we better start with an apology to everybody.
Well, we got schedules, man.
Well, life gets in the way for sure.
Yeah, we have real jobs that pay the bills. And
Yeah.
so, we, you know what? It's been a while. I'm going to turn my mic down a little bit. I feel like I'm a little loud. A little loud? Everybody a little loud? Anyways, it's been a while since we've just been able to get together. We've had, busy times. I've been traveling from work. Mark, you had a big move.
I did, yeah.
Exciting stuff.
I'm a country boy now.
First you went on
Yeah.
a big cruise, and then you went.
Oh, yeah,
decided to
that,
move.
that's what screwed us up.
that was-
He's had a real hard life lately.
People getting sick.
Dude.
Yeah, I know. Goes on a cruise, and then
Yeah.
he buys a mansion.
A mansion.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
not
Mark,
It's called the Four Chickens Shangri-La.
Mark, you have 2 fireplaces back to back. I walked in when we were moving you. I'm like, I didn't know if I should put like this in like the cigar room or the library. The study.
No.
It was
You mean
wild.
the
It was
dining room
wild.
or the living room?
But that's a beautiful home you
I
have.
love it, dude. I absolutely love it. Yeah.
And what about that shop?
The
for his
shop is
boat?
pretty sick.
The shop needs some work. It needs some
Everything
TLC.
needs some work when you buy it, man. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
make it your own, right?
Yeah,
Don't be
yeah.
afraid to make it your own.
Oh, it's
But-
going to look good.
Yeah, that's
It's
got
gonna-
potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you need some work too, so it's all good.
Well,
Yeah.
It's all good. But anyways, we appreciate you guys hanging in there. We're going to be back at it a little harder in the new year. Hopefully we got some ideas actually to offset the podcast, which I'll discuss with you guys after. I thought about it today.
oh, no.
Just to get some more content out there. But what's crazy is we're like 3 months to the show. Like it's sneaking up. Like April 7th is coming.
I was actually thinking about that a couple of days ago. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa!
I sat
yeah,
there
it's
and
not long away.
I sat up in bed the other night and I'm like, there is like 96 days or something to the show. I'm like, holy crap.
Thanks, Kyle.
But we're
Yeah.
good. But we're good. We're on top of it. So it's going to be a banger. And that reel, I don't know if you guys were on the Instagram. You saw that reel.
I did see it, yeah.
Oh my God. It pumped me up so much going through all those pictures from last year. That was such a wicked day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
It was just so much fun. Like everyone in that building had a smile on their face.
But
But
it went over really well, too. It was, we
was
didn't
good.
have any chaos.
no, it was
You
good.
know what? It was
smooth.
smiles from
Yeah.
the time we got access to the building till the time we walked out the door
Yeah.
when everything was cleaned up.
And
Yeah.
when problems come up, we just deal with them.
That's it, right
That's
away.
it.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, it was
well,
good.
anyways, we have a friend on this. We have a couple people in the studio. We have a live studio audience.
Yeah,
today. You
first
can't see
ever.
him. Yeah. Hey, Danny.
Yeah.
Danny's over there. He's our live studio audience, which we should do one of these with a live audience one day at a restaurant or something. Oh
yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, we could probably do one person
Yeah.
at a time.
But,
I have to
maybe
bring
get
my
one.
own drinks.
But we have a friend, Greg Attard, in studio today. Greg, what's going on,
Yeah.
buddy?
How's it going, boys?
Good.
You're a veteran on this show.
Yeah,
So
thanks for having me back.
We had Greg Attard and John Mulligan in for Musky Maniacs
Yeah.
just a little over a year ago. And it was our #1 downloaded episode to this day. That's how good it went. And
It was amazing, yeah.
And we want to have John back too. We're going to have him back by himself because we only have 4 mics. As we discovered last episode when me and Mark shared.
High budget.
But anyways, we wanted to bring Greg in because Greg was away guiding all summer. You're leaving again in January to guide again on the ice. So we're like, look, we don't get Greg in soon. We're going to miss our opportunity. So, Greg, I appreciate you coming in, man. Appreciate you making the trip.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Appreciate you getting out of the tree stand to do this.
Yeah, I got
So-
like 6 more days or 7 more days or something to kill something.
Get her
so-
done.
You got anything coming in?
Couples. I got 1 smasher and then some smaller ones that there'll be a chili buck at the end of right after Christmas. I'll probably drop the string on one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough weather right now. Just the good weather's just starting to get here. You know, if it's my favorite week is between Christmas and New Year's to try to kill a deer.
So that's my favorite. Last year, I put in the time between Christmas and New Year's, and that's when I almost had that one with my arrow.
That's right.
Exploded in a billion pieces. But I'm really crossing the fingers that it goes this year for me between Christmas and New Year's. That's the plan. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be out there.
Yeah, unfortunately, not so much for
You're
me.
waiting.
So I got nothing showing up. I had a stud last week show up at one of my properties for 1 day, and he stayed around all day while I was away last week in the States.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Biggest deer I've ever
told
had
him.
on camera, ever.
He'll be back.
I'm hoping so. So, anyways, Greg, tell us a little bit about for people that didn't get your last episode, people that don't know you. Tell us a little bit about what you do full time as a guide, where you guide, and the species you chase.
I'm a full-time fishing guide in Sioux Lookout. I target walleyes, bass, muskie, primarily muskie. I do that in the summertime from May to November. And then come November, I come back down south for 3 months or 2 months, I guess. And then I head back to Manitoba, and I guide walleyes out on the ice on Lake Winnipeg.
And
You
when
also-
you also guide moose and stuff, correct?
Yeah, I guess.
Dude, you got this stuff figured out, eh?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. We had a good moose season this fall. I think camp shot nine bulls.
9 moose out of your
Wow.
camp.
Yeah, we had
Wow.
Canada in the Rough came and filmed a show with us. So that was fun having Paul Beasley up there.
So speaking of moose, we got a question. Someone messaged Instagram. I apologize, don't have it up in front of me, and they wanted me to ask you what a moose nest is.
A moose nest is a pile of sticks in a bay. You usually see them. There's usually beavers around them, but it's not a beaver dam. Yeah, it's just a pile of sticks. You tell American clients that it's a moose nest.
Yeah.
You can kind of get them going pretty good for a while. You call them the platymoose.
So do you guide mainly Americans? Is that what's-
I would say 80% Americans. I like to try and get some Canadians to experience Northwestern Ontario because it's got nothing on Southern Ontario waters. Yeah, I don't know. Fishing's really good up north. I think everyone should experience it at least once. I think once you do it once, though, it's one of those things where you'll do it every summer.
You had an extremely successful muskie season, though.
Yeah. Every client I had out this summer got one. I didn't have a client that didn't get one, which is nice. So I was thankful for that. Myself, I got a couple really big ones, including a 55 and a half.
wow.
Which is sweet. Got it on
my.
yeah.
Bonked it and put it in the back of the truck. He's going to
Right?
mount it.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I don't want it in the boat.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let this flow. I got a lot of questions for you already, but I think I have a question that I want to ask you, and it might be a little personal, so don't take it the wrong way because it's okay.
Boxers or briefs?
You've always wanted to be a guide, right?
Yeah.
Like, when did you know, like, hey, I'm gonna be a guide?
It was probably after the Hyper Tour fishing, the high school tournament bass series.
Yep.
Did okay. Probably could have kept doing it, but then it got to the point where you kind of need a boat or some more money to keep things rolling. I had an opportunity to go guide at a lodge up in Sioux Lookout. So I did it for the one summer coming out of high school, and I just fell in love with it. I liked the joy that people get when they catch a fish and the new people you always meet. Yeah, it's just a cool experience, and I just thought maybe I can do this for a living.
So are you kind of like weighing out the fact? So that's way better now that my fireplace turned off. So you guys
Is
hear
that what that noise
That's
was?
what that noise
I
was.
thought
So-
that was
that was
Danny Scroll.
No, I was sitting here like, why is that back feed? It's because we have the fireplace on in the basement. It was the fan. I apologize for all you listeners. Anyways, back to Greg. So you're sitting back in your life, and you're still fairly young, right?
Yeah, 25.
25. You're only 25. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. I'm old.
You wouldn't know it by that mustache
I
on
know,
him.
that's a
I know,
serious
right?
stash.
It's pretty sick.
Keep her tame.
In his off time,
And-
he offers mustache rides.
Do you see yourself doing this the rest of your life? Like saying to yourself, maybe, and this is where the personal part comes in, I might not ever become a billionaire guiding, but I'm going to have a really fun life. You ever
Yeah.
like ask yourself that?
I definitely don't see myself doing anything else.
Wow.
Yeah, good for
So-
you, dude.
I don't know. I like coming home and frame with Sean, and I think I might scratch the winter ice fishing, and I might if the winters become more guaranteed down here, I might try and do something down here just to fill on weekends maybe.
Yeah.
On the Bay Quinte or something. But no, definitely the summer thing is a thing. I love chasing muskies. I just love everything about
Back
it.
to the Bay of Quinte thing. If you were to, you could have a serious ice guiding. You're on the walleye out there all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you guys fish the Bay of Quinte
yeah.
every weekend.
Yeah, you could
Right?
definitely. It's
You
just,
know what else? He cooks it up for you too on the ice.
Yeah, you were
for-
at that one day. We
Yeah,
did a
Sean
fish
was
fry.
there.
Yeah.
We
that was
watched
good.
we watched a movie or something in the ice.
we
hut,
held
right?
hands.
Yeah, it was good.
Man, I haven't ice fished in a while. I would be good to us. We should go ice fishing.
I
this
like
year.
to get out at least once a year. Like I
Yeah.
used to get out both days every weekend. That's like I used to love it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that was just what we did. But
Yeah, in college we'd go all the time. Grab the boys, permanent hot. You just go, right? It was
Yeah.
it was a good time. But so muskie, you mainly focus on muskie in the summer, right? Up
Yeah.
on Lac Seul.
Yeah, once it
Okay.
opens, I have like probably 5 weeks when I get up there where it's walleye and bass, but then muskie, once it's open, it's
So-
time to chase.
What's the attraction for you in muskie? Like when did you know like, okay, This is the moment. Like I'm gonna be a muskie. Like I'm chasing muskie. Like this is my target species for life.
I always liked fishing muskies. When I first started guiding, it wasn't my number one species. I was still a bass guy.
Yeah.
I still love fishing bass. But it was just, I caught one fish. It was a 50-incher. We chased it for 3 days straight after work guiding up in Sioux Lookout. Once I caught that fish, I was like, man, that was like the biggest rush. All the boys were high-fiving. It was, there's no bass or walleye you can catch where you get that type of joy and excitement out of catching. So I don't know, getting other people to have that opportunity to catch a fish like that, it's pretty cool. You get a lot of pretty happy and excited people.
So you got to fish with some pretty cool guys this summer.
Yeah.
Who sticks out in your mind? Anybody?
Jay Siemens.
Jay. Yeah, he's a stud.
He was awesome.
He's unreal. Like all his content.
Yeah.
That episode you guys did was pretty cool.
Yeah, we had a fun time. The one day was raining, but other than that, we had really good weather. Jay liked fishing Lac Seul. He fished it once with his old man probably 10 years ago. I think they caught one, he said. But yeah, definitely he enjoyed the trip. He was a fun guy to fish with.
And he's fished all over the place, right? So if he has a good time, then it really speaks for that body of water. And the guide.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a time. He definitely he's gonna try and come back next summer, I think, and fish some more. Maybe not film a show, but maybe do. I don't know.
Yeah, just do some fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if like for a guy like Jay, if it's ever ruins like the fun of fishing to have the camera going all the time. You know what I mean? It's like, does it become a job for him?
He did say that it is a job, but he still loves like his little boy now.
Yeah,
he says that's his pride and joy.
Yeah,
He
I
wakes
get
up.
that.
He bought a house on the shoreline of Lake of the Woods, so he can wake up and take Hannah out fishing in the morning. He said he loves doing that.
That's awesome.
Before he gets his day going, he goes for a quick walleye fish with him.
Yeah,
Thanks.
So he's bringing the fun back to it for sure.
that's wicked, man. That's kind of my goal. Is my kids are getting a little bit older now, and you know, you guys see Rowan upstairs. Like next summer, Rowan, get in the boat. Let's go. It's gonna be a lot easier for me to get out now. You know, kid's standing, he can hold his own rod, stuff like that. So, you know, he can probably tie my lures on for me, and you know,
I'll guarantee he's going to beat you.
no
right.
doubt.
I got a question for you. Now, I want you to explain to me how your presentations change throughout the season. Like, how does it start early season and right through late fall?
Early season, you kind of get out on the lake and all the fish are either spawning or directly post spawn. So your presentation's it's usually small and fast, or you're throwing some bigger rubbers on that secondary structure. So like the outsides of those spawning areas in like 15 to 30 feet of water. But a lot of the time it's a bucktail topwater, chasing those like low current areas that come into deep bays, I guess. Summertime, a lot of the fish move on to saddles and sand points, rock points. They kind of just move out to their summer spots. And then that you're kind of, I don't know, you kind of do it all then. You can do your topwater, your bucktail.
Open game.
Yeah, open game, kind of bulldogs. You can pull bulldogs through weeds.
Hunter would throw dinger.
Yeah, and then
And catch them.
yeah. And then once the fall rolls around, I like bringing out the water wolves, the water wolf tubes, shadzillas, even some suics. The boys like throwing those. The fish love eating them. I found out that the fun way this fall, the 55 came off of a water wolf tube.
Oh, yeah?
13-inch
Nice.
gator tube, yeah. So,
Sorry, guys. I had to check the camera because my our studio audience kept telling us that Sean's hitting the camera with his foot.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Studio audience. What? Yeah. Careful
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
Sean.
Oh, man.
So sorry to cut you off there, but this next question kind of goes in a little bit what you're saying about presentation. So Mike Quanzel from Goat Angling Adventures just messaged us, and he has a question for you, Greg. Does Greg have a bait he relies on for big fish that will only follow baits over the course of several trips but not commit? Like, for example, like a fall scenario. The fish would only show itself if you threw a Bessie at it or one particular bait. Like, have like a fish pattern that hard where like he's only coming out like?
No, not really. Summertime, there's like a 3-week period where they will only eat a prop topwater. You can move them on everything else, but they will only eat like a top raider or some sort of prop bait that's on the top.
They're looking up.
Yeah. I don't know. They get in a crazy mood where 95% of your bites are on top. There are baits in the spring that will always move a fish, like a hellhound or something, some sort of glide bait. I find it's hard to get clients to fish those just because they kind of work them too fast, and it's a harder bait to get a rhythm to keep working.
So like, if you're guiding somebody, are you guys guiding full day or is it like half day?
It's a full day.
So
8
how many
hours?
10.
10 hours.
Yeah.
So how many times
That's a
do you
full
have
day.
how many times do you have a client that just never musky fished? He's exhausted after the first 2 hours throwing heavy stuff, and he decides to be a pansy and just sit down in the boat and say, I'm done for the day. Does it ever happen?
I haven't really had. I've had old boys that they get tired. We'll just go troll.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always. I mean, I always tell them you're more guaranteed to catch one casting, but I mean they have to use that deep water to feed too. I don't like pulling them out of deep water in the summertime. Fall time, yeah, sure, I'll pull them out of deep water. But yeah, I'll take them trolling, burn bucktails over weed beds or something, or I'll figure something out to do.
So is there ever a point where you get tired of being a guide though? Like you've been at it 7 days straight.
No, I love it.
You're just
Yeah.
Are you throwing a rod when you're guiding?
Yeah, every day, all day. I'll fish the back of the boat, just kind of clean up.
yeah.
I'll throw like a slower bait. Let's say like I don't know. I'll throw a bulldog or something off the back, or
Do you
a
hand
Civic, or
Do you hand the rod to your client when you hook one?
no? I tell them that you can't. It's just
Yeah.
it's so much trial and error happening between hook up, keeping the fish tight, handing the rod off, them trying to keep the line tight. It's
For
Yeah,
sure.
just,
because a lot of the bites you get are right beside the boat when you're doing the figure
Yeah, a
eight,
lot-
right?
lot
Oh
of the
yeah, it's
time.
a hectic, eh?
yeah, especially Lac Seul. It's just one of those places where
Yeah.
a lot of it's boat side.
Here, take
Nice.
this rod. No,
No.
no.
This is too much fun.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
You know, somebody's ended up in the drink.
Yeah.
So from Mary Thorne, best time to head up there for muskies, like for numbers, not just the big fish. Like, what is the best time if someone had to book a trip with you? When do you say book it this week?
Between the June and August full moon.
June and August full moon.
Yeah, or sorry, July and August full moon.
Okay, I was gonna
Be
say
the best.
yeah. All right, we'll just put us in for that week. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
boys?
So I want to go back to a comment that he made about not liking pulling fish during the summertime up from deep water.
Yeah.
Right? You're a real conservationist in ways like that. You got something else you don't like to do, like the certain temperatures of water you will not fish.
Yeah, like I mean it doesn't happen that much up north, but yeah, like 79, 80 degree water. If it gets hot, like those back bays will get that temperatures.
They'll end up belly up.
Yeah, you just stay out of there. Don't catch those fish. It's too stressful for them.
Yeah.
I think it's like the oxygen or something in the water that is too low, where it's just too stressful for the fish to catch them in that.
Right.
So yeah, I tend to try and find the cooler water. Obviously, you want that warm water for a bucktail bite, but yeah, once it gets hot, you kind of go walleye fishing.
Right.
So you must cringe when you see people post on Facebook handling a muskie poorly. It must bug you a lot.
Yeah,
I know it bugs
I mean-
a lot of us, right?
I mean, I'm not in it. Like I'm not innocent. I've done it when I was learning how to catch
Yeah.
muskies. I've killed one.
Cradle
It
or net.
happens. Yeah, yeah. You need a big net or a cradle.
So
I mean, a net's
Is there
more-
one that's better than the other? Or?
The Fraywell Power Catch is probably the best all around muskie net. I would say it's big, deep basket, easy to handle. Easy, as far as a muskie net.
Do you prefer a net over a basket or
Yeah.
over a cradle?
Yeah, just because you can get them in the net fast, and the size of muskie nets, they can swim freely.
Nice.
yeah, I think it's just a big thing that I guess everybody's innocent to an extent where they just don't know, but
Yeah,
I-
it's fine. It's fine to not know.
and I think
If
a
you
lot
want
of
to
it is
learn.
guys are in situations where, well, I've caught every muskie I've caught has been on bass tackle.
Yeah.
I've only like actually gone out and targeted them
Or
a
walleye
handful of
tackle.
I
times.
thought that's how
but,
you fished for him.
but I think it's just guys catching them and like, holy crap, I got a muskie on
Yeah.
and freaking
I mean, it's
out
awesome.
and grabbing it. And it's
They fight
awesome,
hard,
right?
yeah.
And like we were out with my buddy Josh McGill from J&D Cabinetry like 4 years ago on Rice Lake, and Josh doesn't fish much, and he had on one of my swim jigs, and he's casting around, and the rod just bends over, and he's like, "Oh, I think I'm dragging a log or something." Like literally, it wasn't. And then all of a sudden, you saw it, and the fish started fighting. Right?
Yeah.
And we landed that on like a bass tackle, and it was huge for Rice Lake. It was a 47-inch muskie. It was monstrous. Like we have a picture of it somewhere. It was huge, and it was August day, right? Yeah. We revived that fish for like a half hour, like just working in beside boat, and it swam away good, but we wouldn't leave it until and and I didn't have a bunch of experience at that time either, if any muskie of that size ever. Yeah. But we just kept making sure it was good and did it, swam away really well.
So the first muskie you caught, was it something you went in and targeted, or you caught a muskie and it's something said, oh, I got to do that again?
Yeah, I was actually with a couple of buddies. I think it was like 13 maybe. We were up at a lake just north of Bob Cajun, fishing for smallmouth, casting twister tails, tubes, Sankos, whatever. And we just kept plucking muskies. They're all small, like 32s, 35s, whatever, inchers. And after the second one we caught, I was like, boys, we need to start like targeting these things. So we brought spinners and started catching them on spinners, and it was just, that's a fun fish to catch.
Do you find that the older and bigger a muskie gets, the more fragile it becomes?
Yeah, for sure.
What is considered old for a muskie as far as years go?
Depends on the body of water, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Lac Seul, really old ones, 25 years plus.
Wow.
St. Clair, I think they don't grow as old, but they grow fast. And they still grow pretty big. And I think they're like a 50 incher is like 15 years old.
So what are they feeding on primarily? Like what species are they primarily feeding on up in Lac Seul?
Depends on the year or time of year, I guess.
Yeah.
But perch, suckers, Cisco's or Tullabies, and lots of...
Are they all natural to be up there? Like the suckers, Cisco's? And...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then walleyes. And they'll eat pike and kind of whatever is in front of them.
So the pike and muskie coexisting together.
Yeah.
What do you know about that? How does one affect the other?
So pike spawn first, and then so for Balsam Lake, let's say, muskies were amazing. Pike got in there. The pike spawned first. The fry are already fingerling long when the muskie fry are hatching. They feed on the muskie fry because they spawn in the exact same areas, and it's pretty much they just outcompete each other.
Gotcha.
Pike are really aggressive. Muskies are not as aggressive.
I'd be a muskie.
Would you be a muskie? Yeah. Speaking of pike and balsam, winner tournament. Remember that, boys?
Yeah. We know our pike. We know a lot about pike, actually.
Yeah, we're pretty much pike experts.
Yeah. So, trophies.
That was awesome. I seen that this summer.
Yeah.
That was a fun day.
We had matching rain suits.
Yeah, you looked cute.
Did.
Got soaked.
We'll have new rain suits this year, too.
Yeah.
We'll change them up. So... Yeah, so we got a lot of questions here for you, Greg, actually, which is crazy because I posted it last minute, but you must be popular. Weird.
It's probably the mustache.
Okay.
Right.
Question from our friends Jesse and Andrew at Average Ontario Anglers, who we had on our last episode. Weirdest thing a client has done while fishing with you? Like whether just anything that stands out in your mind. It could be something they said, something they did.
This summer, I had 2 clients. The one client, I hope he's not listening.
Oh, we'll make sure he is.
Before we left the cabin in the morning, he asked if he can bring a couple beers. And I was like, yeah, sure, not a problem. So we're out in the boat. He probably had two or 3 beers. And then I asked to have a Gatorade. And his buddy's like, oh, I'd be careful with the Gatorades you grab. I was like, oh, why is this? And I guess they're all spiked with vodka.
No.
So later that day, we're fishing. He had a follow, and the fish came in pretty hot. It bit him, and he missed it, and he just started hitting the water with his rod, like pretty much hitting the fish, and the fish was still trying to eat his bait. And I'm like trying to yell at him, like, "Yo, like keep going, like he's gonna eat it. Just let it eat it." And he's poking the fish with the rod, and it was a bit of a shit show.
Wow, he's having a bad day, eh?
Yeah.
Guess you didn't get the fish?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a specific moment or fish that you can point to? Well, we kind of covered this one. This is from Wes at Wham Baits. But is there a specific moment or fish that you can point to as the one that made you want to target giant muskies? We may have already covered that.
Yeah, the big one I caught.
The big one, yeah. Okay. I'm running out of questions here, guys. It's because I got him on all these different platforms.
You said he was popular.
Yeah. We keep covering them. Okay. Jesse at I Catch Dinks. Where are all the toofy ones at? I don't want your GPS points, but I want to know exactly what lakes I should fish.
Lac Sewell.
Lac Sewell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
go
So what
spend a
about
day.
if you're gonna pick 3 lakes in Ontario to fish muskie for? Give us 3.
Well, Lac Sewell. I would love to fish Georgian Bay. It's got lots of muskies.
I've
in
heard.
it.
Yeah.
And St. Lawrence for
Yeah.
sure. If you want to go out and just catch muskies, I would say Scugog's really good, Sturgeon's really good, and Pigeon or Tri-Lakes.
Yep.
They're good lakes. Just to catch them.
St. Lawrence. Mike Carnegie's got a crazy muskie story about the St. Lawrence.
Yeah, he told me that.
Like
when
a
we were-
seen his
12-footer.
17-footer.
I thought it was 12.
17 it had to be.
Wow.
Long
there-
as the boat almost.
is the Ontario record of the St. Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe it is, right?
Yeah. It's in
Yeah.
they have it in the museum down there.
We'll look
Like
it up.
Kingston.
We'll look it up and post it. But I remember it was absolutely thing. St. Lawrence, such an amazing fishery.
I think it was just last fall, a 59.5 or something was caught out there.
Oh my.
59.
Why do you
and a
think
half.
the St. Lawrence is such a good fishery? Is it because it's such a long flowing?
Oh, that's the camera.
No.
Oh, we're gonna need our in-studio audience to fix that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna fix that.
But
So-
backstory. So why do you think the St. Lawrence is so good? Do you think it's because it's such a wide flowing river system that flows out to big water?
Yeah. I mean, it flows out of Lake Ontario. Lake Ontario is full of
What a
bait.
dummy.
Sorry.
And I think it's just because it stays colder. It doesn't get as hot. I don't think the fish get as stressed in the summertime, so they're able to continue to feed all year long. It's just, they just have a really good growing year.
All right, so you can't musky fish anymore. M&R shut it down. Say no more musky fishing. So this is the worst case scenario. It's kind of like the Trudeau government saying we can't drive gas cars in 10 years, something like that.
Yeah.
No more musky fishing. You gotta chase one more species. What are you gonna chase?
I'd go back to bass.
Back to bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, largemouth or smallmouth guy.
Smallmouth.
Yeah,
I like smallmouth.
one of those guys, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So
Me too.
come on, I still owe you a trophy.
Yeah, you do.
I do. I think about it too. I'm like, I gotta get him a trophy made. I will. I'll get it made. Because like his new house is so big. He has a trophy room.
Yeah.
Who was
And
this?
there's nothing in
Tell
it.
the story.
We moved his trophy box.
Oh,
Tell
jeez.
the story, Sean.
I got the best friends on the planet. let me
Tell us
tell
about
ya.
moving Mark's fishing trophies. Who was that? Threw
Yeah.
the box at him.
It was Mike Whalen.
Yeah, it was well.
Yeah.
Came. He's like, here, take this box, and he threw it at me. He's like, it's all Mark's fishing trophies. And I was like, whoa! And I go to grab the box, and I'm like braced to catch this big box, and I catch it, and it's empty. And I went out and I threw it to Danny. I was like, hey, here's all Mark's fishing trophies. And I hooked it out there, and he was like, poof, and he caught it. It was perfect.
Oh, that's funny. How many do you have, Mark? Besides the one I'm going to give you.
-2.
I think Hannah's got one. I have a plaque.
You have a plaque. You have any medals? He has
I have a plaque. I have a few plaques. Actually.
Participation trophies don't count.
Yeah, I got a bunch of ribbons with medals on them.
Ribbons? They give out ribbons in fishing?
Well, it's got to hold the medal on my neck, right?
Wow.
Not like a ribbon, just like a.
I don't know what it
No.
is. What kind of club are you
No.
with that gives
He's
out ribbons?
decorated.
We're going to give out ribbons at the CanCast show for best booth now. Ribbons. Like you go to the fair, you have like the red ribbon on
yeah?
your booth.
Track and field in high school.
Yeah, man. I have
Yeah.
lots of ribbons from track and field.
The
I was an
CanCast
athlete.
Awards would be a good idea, I think.
Yeah, we're doing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to figure out how we're gonna vote because we can't really have everybody else vote because
What
it's
do
a
you mean?
1-day show.
No,
we'll,
we
it's a
vote.
race.
We'll
we
do it.
vote. It's
We'll
up
do
to
it.
us.
yeah, well, it's up to us. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
thinking too.
Yeah. It's not up to everybody else.
Yeah, it's just up to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you rock and roll. Here's a ribbon.
Here's a ribbon. You
Right?
get a ribbon. You get a ribbon. You don't get a ribbon.
We'll give you a high five, though.
Improve.
Come back next year.
That's crazy. Okay, so bass guys got a problem with tackle. So I always say, look, musky guys are like the goalies in hockey. They're all freaking weird, right? So I'm just
It's not.
true.
It's not
I'm
wrong.
just kidding.
Not-
There's
yeah,
so
not wrong.
we actually got a lot of really good musky vendors coming to CanCast again. And last year, the number one thing we got messaged on before the show was who's going to be there for muskie. It was really strange how popular the muskie was.
Mm-hmm.
So all those muskie guys sell out of all their handmade lures at that show. How much do you figure an average muskie guy is spending in tackle? Like I know us bass guys, we're always going in and we're buying. But you guys are not
What's an average price for a
You're-
bait for you that you would pick up?
Like,
Is there like
last episode, you guys talked about like $1,500 baits.
yeah, but
Yeah,
you're not
I mean,
throwing those.
John's got a hobby there for collecting baits for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, he's got an amazing collection.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really that big into buying expensive baits. I mean, the average bait I probably buy is $40. I mean, that's still expensive because considering like
Is
Bass
that the
baits are-
average musky bait?
I would say yeah, about 40 bucks,
Yeah.
$40 to $60.
Yeah.
So if you were like a new musky angler and you have to go buy just rod, reel, line, like what action are we looking for? What size reel? What retrieve? Like what's the perfect beginner setup to get into it?
Those Pro-Rex rods I used this summer are pretty good.
Yeah.
It was an extra heavy 7 or 9.5. I paired that with Alexa, and a lot of my clients liked it. There's a 7-to-1 gear ratio.
Yep.
And then just any 80-pound braided line worked well. And
What
then
about leader?
I tie my own leaders just
Okay.
because.
So I'm Greg Attard.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
I do my own stunts too.
Greg Attard.
it's cheaper that way.
Yeah.
But
Now it's cheaper that. So explain, like, you're tying your own leaders out of what? You run fluoro or wire?
it's wire.
Wire.
Yeah, I just do.
Okay.
I don't know, like a wire twist with a couple swivels and snap rings.
Huh.
But it works out to be like $2 a liter instead of I think they're like $8 or $9 a
There you
liter
go.
right now in the store.
There you go.
Do you ever put beads or spinners on your leaders?
No, I've seen a couple people put beads, and I don't know if it's for clanking or something, but I don't know. I think the bait talks. How you work the bait is how you're gonna get the fish to bite.
So have you ever like fished like any lakes in the States? Like upper Minnesota or Wisconsin or anything like that where there's known to be huge muskie too?
No, I haven't. I would love to.
There's lots of stores down there that are just muskie stores.
Yeah,
It's
like
the craziest
Thorn
thing.
Brothers.
Thorn
is one of those
Brothers.
stores. Yeah, there's a couple that are big stores. I can't name them, but
Imagine this being a muskie store.
yeah,
Wow.
be an expensive shop to
Yeah.
just to buy baits.
Like it would never survive up here. I honestly don't think it would. But hey, I could be wrong.
I mean, Stacy's at Pro Tackle.
He's bait,
in
yeah.
Belleville. He's a lot of muskie,
True.
muskie walleye.
I mean, we were also told that a fishing show would never work in Peterborough, and hey, that worked out. So
It's the biggest fishing show now, actually.
yeah, sorry, was that too soon? Because I remember I remember when we went to move it there, like the amount of shit I got from people, like that will never work up there.
Yeah,
that will never work up there.
It's easy access right off the 115.
And everybody, every direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
People are willing.
but
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. So come on, man, we need some more like juice. Though you got to give us some like dirt. Like tell us a story. Tell us something that happened up there. Like there's got to be a holy shit moment for you out on the water this summer.
Well, there's moose hunting.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
was-
We're gonna go on this story. I want it. You sparked my memory. What is the deal? We'll post the picture right now of that moose in the mud bog.
Oh my gosh, that is a story. So it wasn't my moose. A buddy of mine, Calvin, he's a fellow guide. There's four of us guiding there. It's a lake we fish, a lake we hunt in called Owl Lake. It's a legit mud bog. It's just a flooded marsh.
Like can an Argo get through it?
Not through it now.
No.
Like around the shorelines you can,
Yeah.
but pretty much the edge, it's bottomless mud. So Cal had a hunter in there. I was in there a few days prior, and I was like, I did not want to kill a moose back here, so I didn't go back. So yeah, Cal was in there. It was around 6 o'clock. Shot a moose. We showed up at 7, just right at last light. Got in there, and we seen this moose, and it was half of a moose, maybe a quarter of a moose sticking up out of the mud.
It is crazy.
Oh,
Have you guys
no.
seen this picture?
Oh yeah.
It's wild.
And we just looked at him. We said, "Well, how you getting out?" He just, "Well, I don't know. Like, what are we gonna do?" So we went. I don't know. It was probably 100 yards to the tree line. We cut down 2 spruce trees, trimmed them so they're just straight pegs. We hammered them into the bog. We put 15-foot pegs down into the bog, and they were sticking like 4 feet out of the bog. So it was like bottomless mud. We tied them together. We used drill winches, and we winched this thing out. But the funny part about this moose is we didn't know is underneath the paddles it had like 2 big hooks, and we're winching this thing and it's stuck and it's sticking. We're like, what the heck is this thing sticking? Like It's heads up. And then, once we got it close enough, its bottom paddles had like these 2 huge hooks that just kept catching everything, and we could not budge this thing out of the mud.
How long did it take you?
Well, we started at 7 and we're in bed by 3:30 in the morning.
And how big of a moose was it?
It was 52 inches or something.
So good size.
Yeah,
So what's a moose roughly weigh? That size, mature bull.
I think they say it's like 1,100 pounds.
1,100 pounds. I got a steer out in the barn right now. It's 1,100 pounds. Chester.
Wow. Chester's a
We're
big
gonna ride
boy.
it later.
Yeah, nice. He only got a week left. He's going to the butcher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're definitely riding him later.
Poor guy. I know, man. He's so fat right now. You wouldn't even get on him. He wouldn't even move. He'd waddle.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
wicked. So, okay. Have you had any like ambition? Maybe I don't want your boss to listen to this, to like ever own your own outfit one day, like your own lodge.
My ambition is kind of just to still work through Winoga,
Yeah.
but then just be a private guide and like just have my clients stay at Winoga, sleep at Winoga,
Yep.
do what they need, and then I just get them in the morning and we go fishing for the day.
So you got a lot of return clients each year.
Yeah, I think most of my clients from last summer are coming back, and then
Nice.
I'm hoping to fill some more dates.
So let's take us through a day. So your alarm clock goes off.
Alarm clock goes off at 6.
Whoa, 6.
6 a.m.
Sleeping in.
That's easy.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you guys
Yeah.
worked hard.
That's like a normal week.
What?
Yeah, that's I don't know. You don't have to get up for first light up there because the bites all day.
Yeah.
If it's a walleye group, I'm up at 6. I get them for 7. We're on the water for 7:30, fishing by 8. Fish from 8 to about noon. Do lunch. After lunch, they have the option to either do bass, pike, or continue to do walleyes. And then we'll fish till 5. Come back. I'll clean their fish if they are taking fish home, freeze them, and then get them up in the morning again for another day. If it's muskies, I don't start until 10.
What?
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Have a hearty
Man,
breakfast.
I'm gonna be a musky fisher.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a musky
Yeah.
fisherman.
That's
So I was
the way
just
it's
away. I was away hunting this week at a friend's camp, and we were talking about like how hard of a life like being a guide would be, like especially like a waterfowl guide, right? Like up at 4,
Oh, every day
doing
too.
decoys,
Wouldn't be easy.
cleaning birds constantly, doing the night hunt, cleaning birds, like it'd drain you, man. Like those guides work hard.
You better love it.
You have
Oh
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I just think like, the closest thing I would ever be to a guide on anything would be I take people turkey hunting a lot, right? Help people get their first bird.
Yep.
And I love it.
It's awesome.
I love that feeling watching how excited they get. But and it's same as you take a buddy bass fishing that doesn't fish, catch it, like they're pumped, right? But I don't know if I would be able to do it full time or it would ruin it. You know what? It's almost tough, like in my job, where your job is almost like your hobby and work and vice versa, that it kind of
Yeah.
ruins it sometimes.
I know Troy questions me when I get back from fishing all day and I unhook the guide boat and hook up to my own boat. And he said, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Well, I still got 5 hours of musky fishing
Right on.
left, so I got to go learn something."
That's
That's
awesome.
good.
So like, you never stop learning.
No, I don't know. When I'm guiding, at least I'll fish one new spot a day or try and fish a new section or something. I mean, obviously you want to get people to catch fish, so you kind of fish your A spots. But yeah, you always get clients be like, "Hey man, do you care if I try something new? Let's try this. I think it'll work." And sometimes it works. Sometimes you look like an idiot.
So do you have like a mentor that you'd say, "Hey man, like I really like this is someone I've learned a lot about."
There's a few guys up there. Troy's one of them. Ben, he's another one of them. And there's a couple other guys that you kind of chat to here and there. And yeah, but I'd say Troy and Ben are a couple guys that I definitely look up to up there.
So if you could say who would be the most popular musky fisherman?
Oh, I'd probably be Doug Wagner.
Doug Wagner,
That
yeah.
he's all over social media.
Yeah.
He fishes from the Midwest to Lake of the Woods to you name it. That guy's everywhere.
Chasing him.
He really chases the bites.
Yeah. It seems this be getting more and more popular. Like we talk about it every time, but it seems to be like more and more guys are musky fishing. Like, and
Well, look
when
at Musky Odyssey, buddy. That
Yeah.
place is packed, man.
Yeah. Is that happening this year? I haven't seen anything about it.
I'm not sure.
Haven't seen a date or anything yet.
I'm not
I'm sure it is. But it's always packed, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird because like when our season kind of peters down for most people, there's still a lot of guys that chase bass right to the end. Those guys' seasons just really starting up down here, anyways, in
Yeah.
southwestern Ontario.
Yeah, the best bites. Yeah, I would say as soon as the water gets below 50s, 45, the bite gets really, really good.
So down here, when people think muskie, a lot of time they think Lake of the Woods. It's factory, right?
Yep.
Am I wrong on that? I'm right.
No, it's a muskie factory.
Difference between Lac Seul and Lake of the Woods. Why should they go to Lac Seul instead of Lake of the Woods?
Lac Seul's kind of not as well. It's definitely not as busy. Like
Yeah.
I maybe see one other boat a day or 2 other boats a day actually muskie fishing. You'll see little groups of walleye gangs and stuff up there, but you go to Lake of the Woods. I fished Lake of the Woods several times, and it's an absolute zoo. I mean, you'll see 15, 20. probably-
Pressured.
Really,
Yeah,
eh?
it's really pressured. But it's, I don't know. There's so many muskies in that lake. People still seem to catch them.
So, where was I going with this? I'm already losing my train of thought. Oh, there it is. Now, you got it on the board.
Oh, the board.
Oh, don't wreck the board.
It's the only one we got.
We got. What are you drinking, anyways?
Black Fly Gin Greyhound. Not too sweet.
Now you just spit on the mic. Look, this guy's a mess
He
tonight.
is a mess.
Equipment. Holy, we're gonna have to get like some splash pads around here. Now I really lost my
Figure
train of
shit
thought.
out.
Steal some of Matthew's bibs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matthews bibs.
Mark has to pee.
Time out. I gotta pee.
You gotta
Right.
pee. There's no
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Out. You can just leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Goodbye.
we can't stop this. Because I don't know how to stop it because I'm not a producer. We're gonna keep rocking. Don't kick the
press that
camera.
button.
Don't touch that one. That's
Why?
crickets. You can't do that. Here, how about this one?
There, that's the button.
We should just kick Mark off and bring Danny in. He probably has better questions, anyways.
That's it. Danny, get over here for a minute. Well, Mark's peeing.
Yeah, come on, sit down. Let's go. Hurry up.
Yeah.
Everybody give applause for our Bassmaster Open Angler, Danny McGarry.
Yeah, back in the house.
Yeah, what's up?
What is going on, boys?
I
You're
can't
getting
believe
ready
that,
for
Mark.
a big season this year.
Yeah, just finishing up the last few days of work here, kind of getting geared down, ready to get the boat going. Going to Mercer Marine there next week, getting new carpet done, and be leaving around January 20th to start the season.
It's
for a
coming up
long
quick.
haul. First couple weeks is gonna be crazy, man. Put like 35,000 K on the truck.
You feeling good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
like
ready to
little-
rock, man.
Done it for a year now. You kind of got a little bit more, maybe a program in your head sort of deal.
Yeah, last year there was a little bit more nerve wracking going into it because I'd never done 9. Well, I only did 6 last year, but kind of jumping into like a big series.
Big
They're like-
commitment.
yeah, oh yeah,
Big commitment.
yeah,
It's overwhelming, man.
yeah. It was a super
It's
smart
like-
decision. I like when I came on the show last time, I said I was backing out of the last 3, and it was probably one of the smartest things I've ever done. I didn't like doing it. I hated missing the last 3 opens last year, but it set me up in good shape for this
Yeah.
year.
No, that's good, man. I'm happy it's all working out. So we had you on like 2 or 3 episodes ago, but it's amazing what's changed in the last couple of months for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's gonna be a good season.
what event you looking forward to the most?
It's gonna be Lake Eufaula, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard good things about that lake.
yeah. I liked how it's set up. I did good there last year. It was like probably my best event last year, and just the same weekend. We're going back the exact same weekend as we did last year, and just stuff setting up good.
Good. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mark, we kicked you off for a bit.
No, Mark can come back.
He's sitting on the casting couch right now. Look how nervous
And
he
he's
just got.
right at home.
He just lost his mind. He's like moving.
Look at him looking over his
We really need a
glasses.
better studio setup so we can start filming all this stuff. But
No, but back to Greg. It was cool having him down, coming back. We've been kind of like paired up this year, chasing whitetails around. We've been doing terrible.
yeah.
We've been doing long hauls.
You guys hunt like you fish pretty poorly.
I don't know about that, but long hauls with corn, like long walks. Like
Well,
I
the-
think a couple weeks ago we dragged 200 pounds of corn and apples into probably 3 kilometers up and down hills on our backs, and it was a crazy day. But hopefully it pays
Couple
off in
breaks,
this
but,
next week.
we made
But
it.
Listen, don't think that you're doing terrible when you're hunting right now because you can only hunt a couple days a week. If you guys had the choices and could hunt every single day and go and chase those deer, you'd slam,
Like somebody we know.
right?
Right.
You're only getting two days. Like you're getting Saturday and Sunday. You don't control the days you go hunt
Yeah.
because you're controlled by the
Sometimes you
man,
can't
right?
even
You know
hunt
what I
those
mean?
days.
Like you got to work. So
Yeah, it's like fishing, right? There's
Yeah,
lots of good days
don't
of
think
fishing that
you're
you just
doing
can't
terrible.
fish, right? You know the fish are on, you can't can't go.
Still gonna shoot a bigger buck than Danny.
I mean, the good news for you though
Who
is
shot a bigger buck last year, buddy?
Oh, there we go.
the good news for you though, Danny, is that you won't need any new reels or rods for next year because you definitely didn't wear yours out last year the way you fished.
Yeah, you're funny, Kyle. How'd you do in the OBN qualifier, buddy?
That's
Mark's
good.
over there holding on his trophy.
Now my co's bow. I got the co's second and third. Like that stands for something, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, we've already gone over that.
Participation trophy.
We got a good net man
Right.
trophy here too.
Yeah, you got a good net
So,
man.
no, I'm just
trophy.
kidding, Danny. I love
That's
you.
it
buddy.
right here.
I love
Best net man.
I'm gonna let Mark Hunter back in
Yeah,
here.
you
He's got a
should.
couple
He's
more
getting nervous.
questions, I'm sure.
He's getting
But
nervous over there. Look at him.
Thanks for having me on the show for a quick 2
No
minutes,
worries.
boys.
Mark's sitting over there right now going like, what bedroom should I sleep in tonight? 'Cause he has so many. He has a freaking guest house on his property.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
He put carpet in it yesterday.
Did
Didn't
you carpet your guest house?
your guest house?
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what's your butler's name again?
My butler.
You have a butler, Alfred?
Yeah. I think no. It was it was Alfred.
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 Man, this
he met
place,
us at the gate. He's the guy that
Giles.
opened the gate when we got there.
He's the guy that lights your cigarette.
Yeah.
His name is Giles.
Yeah. and he hung your Christmas lights outside too, I'm pretty
did
sure.
we
And your
s-
satellite dish.
Oh, then his name's
we scare
Dave.
Danny
Dave
off?
and Sean.
Yeah.
Danny left. That was a joke, Danny. I wasn't serious. He's upset at me.
He is upset.
Is he upset? You think he's mad?
Probably fetal position up there on
Really?
the
Greg,
couch right
you're
now.
like his bromance. Is he mad at me right now?
I'd probably say he's pretty mad, or he's pissed and they're getting another beer.
I'm gonna say getting another beer.
Yeah, me too.
That's
my bad.
awesome.
Yeah, that's
So-
my guess.
No, that's good. No, man, like, it's crazy time right now. Like we're 4 days away from Christmas. I was gonna make this a Christmas
Four-
special. but
4
there's-
days?
There's a good chance it won't be up by
Christmas
Christmas.
is
Is it only
4 days?
4 days?
Yeah, I haven't bought a thing yet. Seriously,
Really?
I'm gonna go tomorrow morning.
You know what the worst thing for me? So I got the boy now.
Yeah.
So I gotta go and I gotta buy. I was out shopping the other day and then I was like, holy shit. I was like, Grandma needs presents from the boy. Mom needs presents.
No,
from the boy.
that's not how that
Grandpa
works.
needs-
No.
What do you mean?
Okay, Sean, trust me. I have 2 kids, right?
What do you mean?
I'm an
No,
expert.
I'm putting this on an IOU. He owes
You
me
buy
back.
a-
He's got to pay me back for this. You know what he bought me this year?
You buy a
He
present.
bought me a 70-inch screen TV.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
he's
gonna
a
wrap
good
it,
kid.
put it under the tree because Jamie, she doesn't want a bigger TV. Right? I have a 65 now.
Oh
and
my
I want a
god,
70.
you told me about that.
Yeah,
story.
yeah. So Jamie, she's like, I don't want a bigger TV. So if the boy buys me a bigger TV for Christmas, I can't get rid of it because it's the first gift he's ever bought.
Is this
me.
the one you already hung?
No. I haven't had a chance.
Did you
yet,
buy it?
though. Huh? Yeah.
Did
I
you
bought
buy it, or-
Yeah, it's in the garage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
See,
wrap it and but because this is even better than me hanging it when she's not home. Because I was gonna hang it when she wasn't home and see if she noticed, but she's always home with the boy. You know what I mean? She never leaves,
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
the mother.
right?
Yeah.
Not long enough for me to hang a TV.
Yeah. So
Right?
I remember I called you like a few weeks ago and it was like, what are you doing? And you're like, I might hang a TV. Like, what do you,
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, if I hang it, Jamie said I couldn't get one, but if I hang it, she probably won't notice while she's out. And
Yeah,
she won't
yeah.
notice a different TV.
Yeah. But
So
then
you
she
never-
called me and she was on her way home like 15 minutes later and I'm like, shit.
Huh. See, now back to the grandma's thing. You just buy them your normal present and put from Sean, Jamie, and the boy. So you don't have to
Oh.
buy a separate gift from the boy.
Oh. Well, whatever. It's his first Christmas. They can have nice first gifts from the boy.
I'm sure they'll be so
I got
appreciative
one.
knowing that he went shopping. for him.
You gonna put like a bow on it and
she
ribbon
won't
and
be able to
stuff?
say shit about it either because it's a Christmas gift from the boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
My
brilliant.
first one. You're gonna make me take it down? I don't think so. I'll pull the heartstrings.
I
on
need a
that.
new TV. The TV upstairs we have, me and Leanne bought from independent grocery store when we bought our first house in 2015, and it's still rocking. It's a piece of crap, but it's up there. We're kind of simple folks. We don't have a lot of like crazy
No.
technology stuff.
No,
Just
me
this
either.
fancy
We got a
podcast
TV.
board. This is my prized possession. This board,
What that?
Oh, the 4-micer?
the four mic.
Sorry, I got it wet.
Yeah. So, man, it's crazy. It's hilarious how quickly we get sidetracked on this show.
What?
So,
It's all right.
Whatever.
So, all right, we're gonna kind of wrap this up here soon. Greg, if you're gonna go out and buy 4 baits for Christmas present for the average musky guy, what are you buying?
Oh, well, start with probably a walleye pattern Shadzilla, a walleye pattern Tubezilla, and probably a couple bucktails from my buddy's bait company, Drop Time Tackle. He makes some pretty sweet bucktails. They're not very well known, but he made me a couple double 8 bucktails. They're a staggered blade. And I think my clients caught most of their muskies this summer on that bait.
Nice.
Danny's back. Just if anybody was wondering, I was worried for a second that we offended you. Yeah, I think, okay, so if I were to go in and go Christmas shopping right now, well, for muskie, I'd be buying a Bessie. I'd probably go buy something from Mike at Water Wolf. I like his stuff. I think it's good stuff. I think it's affordable. It's affordable for what it is, for sure.
Yep.
And I'd probably go and buy. I'd probably go buy a new Daiwa, the ProRex XT, like our new like entry level muskie rod that we just kind of launched this summer for like $150. It's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
they're
what I
amazing.
would buy.
Yeah.
What are you, Sean?
If I could go Christmas shopping right now for muskie, right now,
Or even fishing. What are you gonna buy?
well, I would go and I would buy a new boat and I'd put it under the Christmas tree and I'd mark it to Sean from the boy. There's nothing she could do about it.
To daddy.
I'm
Don't put to
telling ya.
Sean, put to daddy.
yeah, to Sean.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
He's-
I guess I am daddy. Yeah.
What do you run for a boat, Greg?
Well, the guide boat I run for muskies is a 21-foot Kingfisher with a 250 Verado.
Nice.
And then my pleasure boat's a 17-foot Ranger tiller with a 50 Yamaha on it. And the Garmin Force Troll motor on the front, which is a sweet motor added to it.
So you got a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Aaron.
Amazing girlfriend. Yeah.
Aaron. No, let's talk about Aaron for a second.
Yeah.
Very talented young lady.
She just finished a
Lots
big
of
study.
talent
Yes.
there. Lots of talent.
Can Aaron outfish you? Let's be honest, because I follow her on Instagram and she's got some serious fish on
Yeah,
there.
she's caught some serious fish. It depends if I put her at the front of the boat or not. But if I'm at the
He's got a back boat as a woman.
if I'm at the front of the boat, I'm cleaning up.
Are you really? Eh?
Yeah.
Is this a challenge?
Yeah, I'll challenge Aaron to a fishing.
Can
game.
you
She
clean
would
up
love
the
it.
boat from the back of the boat with her on the boat, though?
She's pretty good at the front of
There
the boat.
you go.
Oh.
There
I think
you
it
go.
depends who's at the front of the boat.
There you go.
So you can leave all summer and have a girlfriend back here.
Yeah, as long as she's fishing, she's happy.
You must be like,
Packing a wrench.
The back of her. What you said?
I'm packing a wrench.
Packing a wrench.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow.
10mm one.
Yeah.
Any
Jeez.
one.
Okay, so let's talk about winter. You're going guiding again here.
Yeah.
Outfitter's name?
Canuck Outfitters,
Canuck Outfitters. Lake Winnipeg?
Lake Winnipeg out of Matlock, Manitoba.
Mainly walleye?
All walleyes. They're gonna start doing a 2-week pike fishing in April, but that's just kind of something we're playing with.
Don't they have like some crazy like suburban truck on tracks?
Yeah,
Just
we
thinking
have
about that.
We have an Escalade on tracks and a Suburban on tracks.
Jeez.
Really?
That's the rig I guide out of. I have a track Suburban that I get to use.
What's that thing like to drive? Rougher than hell?
Rougher than hell.
I bet.
mean, it's
Throws a
not,
lot of snow, too.
throws a lot of snow. It's rough.
I could use one of those around here.
Just like Winnipeg,
yeah.
just like Winnipeg in general is a really rough lake. It's got snow drifts. It's got broken chop ice. It's
You ever jump some shit out there?
not in the truck. No, you got to go really
Why
slow.
not?
Do those guys fill up every year for guiding? Like they're full?
Yeah, we're pretty full this winter.
All the time?
We had Jay Siemens last winter there.
Oh, yeah.
We had another TV show called Devoted Outdoors, film a show with us. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, we're pretty well known now, I think. Matt did a really good job marketing. And I mean, we put people on some pretty big fish.
So what are you doing? You going down to the Suburbans and you're going to a hut out there, or you're
So
moving around?
Yes and no. So we have stationary wheelhouses that people can rent for the day or the weekend or whatever and do overnights. Those people get dropped off and kind of forgotten about until we pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
We check on them for propane, bait, and stuff like that, whatever they need.
Well, we should
to
do,
keep,
we should do
topped
a
up.
nice, we should do a nice overnighter this year.
Yeah, they're always a good time.
You
Yeah,
could probably
we
do a
should do that.
podcast out there.
Oh,
Look
we
at
well,
that.
we all we gotta do is I'll plug this board in.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. And then the guided trips, I pick people up at the boat launch in the morning. We drive the truck on the ice. They'll hop in the vehicle with me, and I'll just go to zones, drill grids, and I'll use the live scope and kind of scan around, and I'll have probably 25, 30 holes punched in a zone, and I'll just have guys It's
25,
pretty mayhem.
30 holes.
I'll just have guys running from hole to hole with their flashers.
Okay,
and
so-
you're just walking around scoping it.
I'm just sitting in one hole scanning 100 feet every direction and
You're
telling
just
the
telling them
boys-
which hole to
telling
go
the
to.
hole which.
What?
Yeah,
That's amazing how live scope has changed the way you guide like that.
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That is pretty cool, man.
Do you just like on a, like a lazy boy kind of thing, just looking at live scope?
Yeah,
Just,
I mean, once they hook up, I gotta run and help them land it and take photos. But
So you drill, let's back up. You drill 25, 30 holes.
not right away.
Not
so
right
I'll,
away.
I'll,
Okay.
I'll drive around. It could take me a mile of shoreline or whatever, a mile of lake until I kind of locate the main pod or the center of the pod. And then once I kind of locate the direction of travel, like I'll drop the live scope down and you can scan around and see 50 to 100 walleyes easily if you're on them. And then,
That's like fishing at Rice Lake.
yeah.
50 to 100 walleyes.
Yeah,
Is-
eh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
In a lifetime.
Yeah,
Big
you-
time.
Mark Hunter must be your guide.
Yeah.
Telling you.
So
But once you're on them, you drill grid out and you kind of just tell the boys to hop out, and then you can see just on the, not just on the live scope, but your fishermen as well. Like Larry on the left will be catching them, and then nothing, and then Ricky down 50 feet away from him starts catching them, and then,
Ricky and Larry.
Yeah, Larry.
and then you kind of get the direction of travel, and you kind of just leapfrogging them all day and kind of follow the pod.
Are you using live scope for the way you're musky fishing at all?
Yeah, I started that last year. I put live scope on my boat.
Yep.
I don't really guide with it as much just because I just like staring at it. But personal fishing, it's really fun. If it's just me or a couple buddies, we'll have the live scopes out. This year we had 2 live scopes on the boat, and it was really cool. Yeah, you can scan around. You can either see the tulipies or the bait that you're fishing, and the muskies will be under them, or sometimes you'll just be casting and you'll see the muskie come right up off bottom and crush your bait.
So you said you had 2 live scopes on the boat. Did you have like set up differently, one with perspective and one with down?
No, so you'll get in zones where you're fishing like a channel or something.
Okay.
And you just run the boat right down the middle of the channel,
Yeah.
and each guy fishes off one side of the boat. So we're kind of like back to back.
And you both have
Live
your
scope.
own live scope?
Yeah, live scope.
Like they're on
both
poles.
sides. Yeah,
Okay. So it's
Nice.
not on the head of the trolling.
not on the head of the
That's
troll
a
motor. We have them
okay.
on the sides of the boats on poles.
Okay.
They're like they're called TKI poles.
Yeah.
It's actually a snowmobile company, but he does these nice CNC poles for us, and they're really nice.
That's crazy. There's some awesome videos of guys musky fishing with live scope. Like that one Aaron Weeb did
Yeah.
years ago.
So we did that with Coop, years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago on Lake of the Woods with there's Moose and Colin and
The first road trip,
Tanner.
wasn't
That
it?
was-
One of the
that-
first road trips.
That was
Yeah.
one of the best episodes that
Yeah, that was
Cooper
good.
ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got him jigging like bondies and
Yeah.
big tubes and stuff, and that was awesome. So
That's
I
wicked.
kind of took that and brought it to Laxul, and not many guys do it out there, but
Now
got-
they do?
no, not really. Just a
No?
couple of us. A lot of the guys can't. They
Do you
don't
keep the stuff you do out there like kind of a secret? Do you have a select few guides that
it's-
you work with?
Yes and no. I mean, as far as like the bait patterning goes, like you'll have your bucktail bite, and then as soon as that topwater bite picks up, it takes like 2 weeks for the other guys to kind of catch on.
Because
to
they
them.
can see what you're doing.
I mean, not really, because
No?
you don't see anybody out there, but like you can talk to guys and, oh, what'd you catch him on? Oh, I got him on topwater. You talk to another guy, what'd you catch him on? Oh, I got him on topwater. Be like, okay, well,
Yeah, yeah.
they're eating
Topwater's
topwaters
on.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I always just say bucktail, but
Have you ever been in a situation where, like a dangerous situation with somebody,
yeah,
where you're like,
this-
you know what, buddy, like you can't be in my boat anymore. We gotta go back. Or
So that drunk guy in my boat,
yeah.
he hooked his partner in the back.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys
Deep?
seen that video. Oh yeah,
can you send us that video to post in this episode?
yeah. It was a top raider right in the back of this guy's shoulder, and I had to bring out Dr. Greg and pull the hooks out in the boat. This guy was like 7 feet tall too, so not surprised he got hooked because
He was in the zone.
he was in the zone.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got it good. It was awesome.
Right up. Do you fit? Is there any baits that you fish that, in a way that they're not really meant to be fished? Are you doing something crazy with something?
I wouldn't say so, not really. I mean, I used to on the Kawartha Lakes because a lot of guys catch them flipping jigs. I had a guy in Lindsay make me these big, like 1 ounce flipping jigs for muskies. It was like a 5/0 hook or something.
Can you give his name?
No, I don't even remember the guy's name. He owned Kawartha Bait and Tackle right by the locks there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He poured
that's
them
the
up.
guy who got the Renowskis from.
He's got really he makes really nice
Yeah, it
bass
would've been.
jigs because I used to get him to tie my bass jigs.
Yeah.
But
There's a few good jig makers that aren't doing it anymore. It's a lot of work for the money you make, right?
yeah.
We lost a couple of guys at the show. They're not coming back because they're just like, hey man, I'm just not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So Tony, Lightning Series Lures, he's
Yeah.
one of them, and he
Yeah.
made some great jigs.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you know,
really,
yeah, he's just retired.
I've thrown a lot of Tony's stuff.
Yeah, he's retiring from it. So
Made a great hair jig too, like a
Yeah.
ripping jig for walleye.
yeah, for sure. So, well, that's crazy, man. Well, I appreciate you making some time to come in before you head
Thanks
out.
for having me. This is
So-
awesome.
It's all right. This is kind of our Christmas special, but the audio will be up tomorrow, but the video might take a little bit. Any big Christmas plans, guys?
Christmas plans?
Yeah,
First Christmas in the new house.
I know. So Mark has about 4 Christmas trees because this is like the Great Hall.
He's got one for every chicken.
one for every chicken.
He does.
Yeah, so you're a chicken farmer now, eh?
Yeah, well, Joan's a chicken farmer.
They got a chicknick table.
Yeah, we do.
Chicken.
You're the best.
Yeah, you're on
I have a
fire
chick-
tonight, eh?
What?
No, he got me I got Joan a picnic table.
Yeah, for the chickens.
It's like a little picnic
What?
table for chickens. We have like a
yeah.
little tray
God.
thing
They all
on the
get to
top.
hang out and play
It's called the
poker.
chicken
Shit.
I didn't even.
Yeah, it's
I gotta.
awesome.
I gotta get you a housewarming
True
gift
story.
still.
I'll get a picture of it. We'll
Yeah.
post it. Picnic table.
Yeah, send it to me. We'll post it up right
Yeah.
now.
It's legit.
Yeah.
How about you, Sean? Christmas to the boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Christmas with the boy, and I'm looking into buying Mark a donkey for his new property.
Donkey be
Dude.
good.
Pretty awesome.
There's no donkey coming.
Yeah,
on
you
my
should get a
property. It's
donkey.
you.
Yeah, we've been
You're
thinking
the
about
only
getting a donkey,
in my
a
life.
peacock. What? You got the property for it. Don't tell me you don't.
I don't want a
selling
donkey.
I'm selling my cows this week. You want one?
Yeah.
I want that one that's ready to butcher.
No.
Yeah. Old Bessie or whatever.
No, Chester.
Chester.
Yeah, we're gonna ride him later.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
he's a beauty. He's a beauty. He's gonna taste delicious.
You got a saddle for him?
But you don't ride bulls with a saddle.
Good, because we don't need one. I don't know how you ride a bull.
All right, boys. Going into the new year, new beginnings. Another chance for me to kick Mark's ass.
Yep.
Oh, boy. You mean
Another-
try again?
Another Pike Derby for us to win as a team, for sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna go defend that title.
Yeah, we are.
But if you could give anybody your big life advice after you wrap up another year around the sun, what is it? Start with you, Mark.
Don't start with
Yeah.
me. Start with somebody
What
else
kind
for
of question
once.
is that? I need like 3 days
You
to
want-
prepare that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the question again?
All right. You got anything, Greg? Come on.
I don't know. Life's a garden. Dig it.
Nice.
Oh, man. I can't follow that.
Dude,
Sean.
that's the best movie, Joe Dirt. Wasn't that the best movie as a kid? I'm going to watch that over the holidays now. I used to love that movie.
Yeah.
Man,
I
that was
kinda like 'em.
wicked. That was awesome. Yeah. Only thing I realized is you can never have too much fishing tackle.
Yeah.
I realize I have a lot of stuff in my garage, like a lot, and I don't want to part with any of it.
No, I dumb me down
No.
last
And I know
year.
there's rods I'll never use them again, ever. I don't want to sell them.
Dude, I even keep all the old plastics I use.
You keep all your real
I
boxes.
keep everything. I keep everything. I can't even throw away the used plastics, man.
You got like a big pile of plastics at
I
home?
do. I got like things of it. One day maybe I'll melt them down and make my own baits. That's
Yeah,
what
whatever.
Yeah, I know. No
Whatever.
shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, I'll leave it with this. Life's short. Live it up best you can. I got some weird news the last few weeks on my back and stuff. Won't get into the details. That's going to change the future of my life, unfortunately. But I just want to say, you got to enjoy the ride, folks, because it's short. It's getting shorter.
Eat the cake.
Eat the cake. Have some fun.
Eat all the cake.
Take that extra day off to go fishing or hunting.
Settle down,
Absolutely.
tiger.
Buy that new fishing
I
rod.
live by that.
So a couple things I want to say. I want to thank all the vendors that supported CanCast and support this show. 2023 was a huge chapter in CanCast books. It was kind of the beginning of the rebrand and everything. Mm-hmm. It's only going up from here. And I just want to thank everybody for helping it all come to life and make it possible. And we're looking forward to an amazing 2024 and so forth. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. We really, really appreciate it. We always say the show is about the vendors. We try to give back as much as we take and make it work for everybody. And and all that stuff. And it's been a process. It's really been, with COVID and everything, it's really been 5-6 years of really getting it fine tuned, right?
Oh, that's crazy how long it's been.
That's wild, eh?
Hey?
Yeah, we were in Bowmanville in 19. So
Crazy.
Yep.
So
It was quick.
I just want to say thanks to everybody. I want to say thanks to all the great people in the fishing industry, all the dealers out there, the retailers, all the other sales reps, just everybody, all the good people, the tournament guys, the guys casting from the bank, all of you. We love you all. You guys are wicked. Keep it up. Support the retailers, please. It's always a long winter for these guys. Go in there, spend $10 even, helps them all keep the lights on.
Yep.
You know, start stocking up early on some stuff.
Even order from them online, right?
Yep. Order from online and then to come to CanCast and load up on the rest.
Yeah, that's where you get the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
I am going to load up at CanCast.
It's funny. So people are like messaging me when I posted that reel the other day. I got quite a few DMs, just people asking about the show and stuff. And one guy's like, I've literally been saving all year like $3,000 because he goes, I went last year for a few $100, but the deals were so good from everybody.
It was like an old school fishing show, man.
Yeah,
where there
actual
was
deals.
and like you couldn't miss it because you could load up there for the whole season.
Guys are gonna come in there and spend so much money this year. Like if you are a vendor at that show, and I always say to the vendors, if you bring the goods, we will pack the building.
Yeah.
Bring the goods. Don't come light. Don't come light.
Yeah. Bring your shit.
Yeah, bring it. So awesome. Well, unless you guys got anything to add, we're gonna wrap this thing up and
good.
start. I'm gonna start my Christmas holidays right now.
Bring me out.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Right now, we're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna have a little CanCast Christmas party.
Right on. Sweet.
out.
Sweet.
Sweet. Well, thanks a lot, Greg. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks, guys,
Danny.
for having
Thanks
me.
for being our first in studio audience.
Yeah.
We're gonna be watching you closely this year, my friend. You got some cool stuff happening. Please send us some content from Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Lake
yeah, we
Winnipeg.
will.
And Mark, just make sure you turn all the lights off in that house, else your hydro bill is gonna be huge.
It might be. It might be.
Right on. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank
All right.
you, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
Appreciate it.
everyone.
Yeah.